Indies a new test. The West Indies are back in town. Well, the West Indies back in town and looking in ominously good form. They had the best of this first day, and there was absolutely no doubt as to who was the star of their team in this first day of the series. Courtney Walsh, a few weeks ago, was becoming the world record wicket-taker in the history of Test cricket. Mobbed by his teammates, applauded by his fans, some people thought it might be time just to hang up those boots. Not for Courtney, though. He's a man of great longevity, of great stamina. He's back in England again. Start of the day, the weather was fine. Always a question of checking on conditions. Let's join Ian Botham now for his pitch report this morning.
Thanks, David. And it's beautiful weather out here, and the forecast for the next 3 or 4 days is glorious morning because of the moisture and the even covering of grass. Then after that, it'll go flatter. But I believe this week it will become uneven. The cracks will appear. The forecast is good. So you don't hear me say this very often, David, but I think if I won the toss, believe it or not, I'd bat first. Back to you.
Well, actually, it looked a fair call at the time because the weather was good. The pitch did look good on the surface. It's just a hint of that little bit of moisture underneath. The question now, of course, of whether or not the captains had spotted that. So let's find out what happened at the toss. West Indies won it, and afterwards, Paul Allott spoke to both captains.
Jimmy, you've won the toss. What are you going to do?
Well, it's off breaks at those 7 left-handers in the West Indies batting lineup, starting with Chris Gale, who's been pushed up there to open the innings. You can just read through the list. They're all left-handers, basically. Now, Michael, that could be a strength, of course, for the West Indies, having so many on the toss, deciding to bowl first. Let's pick up the action in the second over the day. It's Courtney Walsh bowling to Mark Ramprakash, and the commentators are Michael Holding and Bob Willis.
Walsh to Ramprakash. Extra bounce for Courtney Walsh. Not very long straight boundaries here at Edgbaston. A philosophical look from the old warrior.
Well, I think so far the West Indies will be quite happy with the bounce that they have been getting out of this pitch. It looks very hard, that's for sure. Reasonably controlled stroke that from Ramprakash. Not totally in control, but at least he got it down onto the ground quite quickly. Bottom hand actually coming off the bat.
Nicely played into the mid-wicket region by Atherton. Franklin Rose running from leg gully to do the fielding. Atherton off the mark. We're asking for everything there, and Venkat saying not out to everything as well. Just 2 scoring strokes in the first 5 overs. Adams is after this. Some of the pace is taken off the ball. Well, I'm sure the third umpire will have a close look at this to see if Adams was in contact with the rope or indeed had a foot over the boundary. He didn't enjoy himself, whatever happened.
Already has a bad knee, Jimmy Adams. Well, this will show exactly what the situation is. Does seem as if that left leg was brushing the rope just as he touched the ball. Must have hurt himself as well. There you see, very close, very close. That left leg just seemed to be brushing the rope as he touched the ball. And it is signaled for by umpire David Shepherd. Jimmy Adams losing out on both instances, runs and knee.
Well, again, the double appeal. Again, the negative response. Ramprakash will pick up another boundary to third man. 8 overs gone. England on to 16 without loss. Ramprakash 14 and Atherton 2.
12 runs coming in that region. And that's the same region I was suggesting earlier on that they should have plugged with that man at mid-off. 3 4s. Bit frustrating for Courtney Walsh.
Another good delivery. Well, he's got the length absolutely right this morning, Kurt Leander. There's no huge pace, we've mentioned that. Just over 80 miles an hour, 80, 81, that's the pace he's bowling at. But he's got the length right, and there's certainly movement off the seam.
First morning of an England-West Indies game, there's always a special feel about it. There'll be two big West Indian fast bowlers probing away outside off stump.
Nicely disguised. That slower delivery from Courtney Walsh. 67.5 as opposed to the average around about 81. Fingers rolled over the top of the ball, and it's moved. That's a good shot. Just fractionally overpitched by Walsh, and played very firmly for 4 runs straight down the ground. The 4th time that Mark Ramprakash has found the boundary, but the 1st time in front of square.
Full-length ball from Walsh, just pushed through mid-on. Nothing more than a push. The pace of the ball from Walsh just has ensured that just with good timing there, Ramprakash moves on to 18.
That's automatic, it's out, he's gone, the inside edge onto the pad, brings the first wicket of the morning. Courtney Walsh has had to work very hard for that. Frustrated for an hour, but successful right on the dot of it. Midday, and the first wicket is down.
Fuller in length, this time from Walsh. Ramprakash drawn forward into the shot. The ball jags back, thick inside edge, and just a ballooning, bouncing ball to Wavell Hines at short leg. Mark Ramprakash is the first victim for England. He's gone for 18, it's 26 for 1.
Nasser Hussain takes his first ball from Courtney Walsh. A slower delivery. Did well to spot it. And that completes the over from Walsh. The over in which the first wicket of the day fell. Courtney Walsh's 450th Test match wicket. Just extending that record of his. There's that little inside edge onto the pad. The simplest of chances. Ramprakash walking off straight away, no doubt, of course, there. And in fact, a pretty low-key wicket in the end, just after all the struggle for that first hour. All happened so simply, so matter of course, that basically Courtney Walsh is used to taking wickets. So, time for a couple of changes at 26 for 1. First bowling change of the day is just happening. And to tell you about it, after a change in the commentary box.
Rion King coming on to bowl. This time he's bowled in a Test match in England, replacing the last over. Here's Rion King. That's a good aggressive start from King, and even more aggressive from Michael Atherton. Beautifully played pull for 4.
Quite used to seeing the West Indian bowlers take the game to batsman Mike Atherton. Taking the game to Rion King. Is it okay? On this wicket, bowl it down there as much as you want. Now, what will the bowler's reply be?
Well, King's acknowledged as the quickest of the West Indian bowlers. Got a run up too dissimilar to that of Michael Holdings in places. It's a good pacey delivery, skidding through.
I think that Mike Atherton was expecting. First delivery around the 84 mark. Second one, a little more effort. Quick bowlers tend to do that when they've been hit for 4.
Now then, this is a bit more like the West Indies of old. Mind you, that's a pretty good shot from Mike Atherton, who's fired up now. Pull that away in front of square, and that's 4 more. This is a good battle between King and Atherton's winning it at the moment.
Well, he's looked in good nick, Mike Atherton, all summer. It's not that short, but he's onto it very, very quickly. Good position. Punched away. Quite safe, there's no one out there. Nothing for him to worry about. Playing it way in front of square. Straight over mid-wicket.
It took him a while to get his first 4, Michael Atherton. An hour and 5 minutes to be precise, and he's got 2 in 4 balls. I mean, a good international summer. The scores against Zimbabwe in the first 2 tests. Oh, well, you just don't get a bat on that. I've been thinking all morning, Ian, that the ball's just doing a little bit too much for the bowler's liking.
Well, I think they prefer it that way than doing nothing. This is a fair delivery. Well, that's actually started almost to swing, and then it really has gone off the deck. And Walsh just saying, "Oh, bad luck, Nasser."
450 wickets from Courtney Walsh now, counting that one this morning. He won't have bowled too many better deliveries than that. Oh, too high, I think. Too high. David Shepherd not involved, or not interested. Certainly involved. He got asked the question. It's a tentative request from Courtney Walsh. Predominantly the ball has come back at the right-hander. Hussain right back on all 3, as far back as he could go really without treading on the stumps. Well, maybe it wasn't such a polite or tentative inquiry. Might have been in the air for just a fraction of its way to the boundary. Atherton won't mind about that. 3 boundaries to Atherton this morning, all off Rion King.
Well, I suppose you have to say there's an element of risk in that shot. It's a little away from the body, but it's an area he's very, very strong in, and he fancied it. And he was right, he got 4 for it.
Oh, what a good shot that is. It's a no ball from Rion King, but he's dropped short 3 times inside 2 overs and been punished every time by Mike Atherton.
Game on. Love it. Well, King. Now, there has been a question mark raised by a few players about when it gets a bit tough out there, whether Rion King always comes to the party. Well, we might find out.
He's making it tough for himself at the moment, undoing the good work of Walsh and Ambrose. On for 16 so far. 43 for 1.
He just keeps on going on and on, doesn't he? He's quite amazing. His 9th over.
Hussain away. Staying at 1. So Hussain will feel a little bit more comfortable now, having got off the mark. And comfortably so as well, behind square. Brings Mike Atherton down to face Courtney Walsh. He's only faced 4 balls from Walsh in the first hour and 20 minutes this morning.
Well, they always say the best way to play the best bowler is from the end he's bowling at.
Edged and gone. Walsh has got his man, he's got Atherton, he's bowled sparingly at him this morning. Only 6 balls at him in the whole of this first hour and 20 minutes, but Atherton has just tickled one through to Ridley Jacobs, and Walsh has struck again. England 44 for 2.
It's held up again. There it is, the outside edge, through to the keeper. You have to say that Courtney Walsh deserves it. He's been the pick of the bowlers. Mike Atherton's gone for 20. It's 44 for 2.
Graham Hick comes in at number 4 for England. 57 matches for England, average 34 and a half. Facing Courtney Walsh. Solidly behind his first ball. Quite surprisingly, some Graham Hick's average against the West Indies is 33. He's replacing Mike Atherton, who only faced 6 balls. This was the 6th ball he'd face off Courtney Walsh, and that was his undoing. Walsh delighted. That's the wicket they wanted. Great stuff from Courtney Walsh. 9 overs off the reel. 3 maidens, 2 for 21. And he's still going. Average speed of 80 miles an hour. Not the speed that matters. Well, Hussain looking to take on King where Atherton left off, but not middling that. Drilled it into his leg, I think.
You have to say that it's a good positive approach, isn't it, from the batsmen? They obviously feel that that ball's there to be hit.
Well, there's reinforcements on the leg side as well. There's a square leg which has gone from leg gully, but nobody out and nobody in front of square.
It's well bowled.
So a maiden follows 2 overs that went for 17, so Rion King will feel happier in himself after that over. 44 for 2. Edged. Oh, caught off the rebound. It was Gale, I think, and then Campbell, who's taken the rebound. Hick has gone for naught. Walsh struck again. 3 wickets for Walsh.
Well, that all happened so quickly. You hit someone, bounced out. Now, who did get this? There we go. Out. Sherwin Campbell. He's the man that makes the recovery, and that's a good recovery. Graham Hick departs for naught. England 45 for 3.
Alex Stewart comes to the crease at number 5 for England. It's been a bit of a mini collapse here. 3 wickets going down in inside half an hour. The last one, Graham Hick, and Courtney Walsh has got all 3. Bit of a problem behind the bowler's arm. Trust Alex Stewart to notice that. think he'd see a fly walking across the side screen. Here he is, facing his first ball from Courtney Walsh.
Gale's effort, almost as if he lost it. Very late on it, and well, it hits him really. Where's it gone? But that's a good recovery. Good reactions.
Slower ball, full slower ball that Stewart has kept out. 45 for 3.
Hussain controls that shot well. He'd probably get 2 to Courtney Walsh these days, down at long leg. 46 for 3. Extended follow through from Walsh. He thought for a moment he'd picked up the England captain's wicket. Atherton's the wicket they're really after, but I think second on their list is probably Hussain.
Just about dropped short for Sherwin Campbell. He fancied it, Walsh. As soon as the edge is away with an angled bat, Nasser Hussain tries to keep the ball down. Another foot.
It's difficult to explain Hussain's wretched form this season. He had a good winter with England in South Africa. It's another brilliant maiden over. 46 for 3 England. There's no mid-on. Should be 2 here for Stewart.
Stewart off the mark with 2. You're changing the field as a result of that shot. Will be busy at the crease, Alex Stewart. Big vacant area at mid-on, which has now been blocked.
Griffith doing the fielding. The 50's up for England after 23 overs. Stewart on 4, Hussain on 2.
Stewart just on the back foot, punches the ball through cover. There will be scoring opportunities for England with such attacking fields. Play that.
In at a short extra cover. That's lunch. England go to lunch after 26 overs at 51 for 3. It's been a torrid morning for them. Relatively quiet start while Ambrose and Walsh got loosened up after not playing in a match on this tour of England so far. But they've taken the honours this morning.
So at lunch, 51 for 3. It took the West Indies an hour to strike, but very much their morning and very much Courtney Walsh's morning. 3 wickets in the session. Curtly Ambrose bowled very, very tightly at the start. 8.5 overs, none for 8. Walsh bowled unchanged, of course. 13 overs, 3 for 23. Rion King, 4.1. Had toe with his boots, none for 18.
Summer of cricket on Sky.
Pushed away. Square. Franklin Rose doing the fielding, coming up for fine leg. the outside edge. So there's 2 at the start of the over. It's 53 for 3. Nice shot. And first boundary of the afternoon. Captain leading from the front, punches it through extra count.
Very good shot. That is the type of stroke that Franklin Rose will be looking for the batsman to be playing onto the front foot, but he'll be hoping for a bit of lateral movement, a bit of swing to take that outside edge. That was well played, right off the middle of the bat. Well placed.
Good shot as well, this time fielded point. Chandrapal there. Chandrapal, there'll be a lot of runs expected from him, Mikey, I would have thought, on this series.
Good shot that again from Nasser Hussain. Just slightly over pitch from Franklin Rose. Yes, expected to make quite a few runs. Lost his form a bit earlier on in the year.
All about going for the shot, left it. It's 57 for 3. Now, that's an excellent lead, but I have to say, I think that Alex Stewart looks at the screen, which I'm sure he will have a little look at. Sure there'll be a glance up there. He's just having a little look now, and he'll watch this with interest. Goodness gracious. How has that missed the top of off stump? Well, we use the term a coat of varnish. Well, once it's accurate. Well, he's got him this time. Inside edge, chopped onto the stumps. Alex Stewart looking to play from back in his crease. And on this wicket, it could cause him problems. It has done. He's dragged it onto the stumps.
That's the lateral movement that Curtly Ambrose has been getting. That previous delivery just going over the top of the off stump or middle and off stump. Again, the ball has come back in. And this time it hits the top of leg stump of the inside edge. It's 57 for 4.
Nick Knight. It's home ground here at Edgbaston. Not batting in his customary position for Warwickshire, which is opener. He's coming in at number 6 with a lot of work to be done. West Indies very much in charge here now. 57 for 4. Curtly Ambrose just picked his first wicket up. He just seemed to be extra half a yard there. So wicket maiden.
Certainly did get a bit of pace there from Curtly Ambrose. He was bowling just about 80-81 miles. That last delivery was 83. Good pace, good bounce. For the toss this morning, Jimmy Adams was very, very nervous about the toss. Didn't know exactly what to do. And this last wicket here should have certainly now by now convinced him that he has done the right thing. Just enough movement there to encourage the fast bowlers.
Just feel though, Mikey, when you're playing on a wicket that's given the bowler a bit of assistance, playing through your crease can be quite tricky.
Atherton certainly was trying his very best from the very first delivery to try and get onto the front foot. And I think that is the way you've got to certainly go. You've got to try and get onto the front foot as much as you can. Alex Stewart, though, Ian, is not really a front foot player. He always plays back, and his strongest suit playing back, just that that ball did a bit too much for him. And there goes the figure. That's Marjorie Morris from Jamaica. Brings her tour up here to watch the West Indies, and she has those meters running.
Neighbour of yours, Mikey.
Yes, very good neighbour, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, it was her father who more or less coached me when I had my petrol station. Guy Morris. Learned a lot from her, but Unfortunately, I no longer have the petrol station. Much better doing this job beside you, Ian. Easier work.
The only time I ever saw you get angry was phone calls over the petrol station. The cool, calm, collective Michael Holding. Just a tea. Not to... What about the car wash? You don't think because a ball's been delivered you're not going to answer the question? The car wash.
No, that's finished with as well.
I know it's finished, but what about it?
What do you want to know? Let's get back to the cricket. It's brilliant bowling going on out there.
It's our producer that wants to know, or he wants you to tell everyone on air why. Franklin Rose. Oh, it's in the air, but it's raced away, but there has to be an element of risk in that shot. The ball's away from your body, little movement from the feet, and so therefore the bat has got to go out and find the ball.
Footwork wasn't the best on that shot at all. I think he was lucky that the ball continued on the ground. Look at his feet. No movement there at all from his feet. That ball was wide, the left foot stuck on middle and off stump, and the ball was well outside off stump. He got away with it.
He's already got out twice against Zimbabwe by hitting the ball in the air. Once to mid-off, once to sort of point area. And that usually means that you haven't got your weight in the right area. That time, I think what helped him was that his weight was at least coming forward, although he was a long way from his body. There's got to be an element of risk there. He's doing matches, right? 25 innings, 100. That was against Pakistan at Headingley, batting at number 6 in the year 96. At Zimbabwe, 44 at Lords, and then 1 and 6 up at Trent Bridge. Oh, he's away now. Nicely pushed through the extra cover area, could go all the way to the boundary. It has. It's well timed. A nice way to open your account.
Just a push from Nick Knight, just to make sure that he got back onto ball. Didn't really want to be too powerful with his stroke play. Good looking shot. Ball just pushed across his body, got lots of bat onto it, just opened the face of the bat, easing it through the offside. That should be a confidence booster.
Well, they're all there waiting. Wait a little longer, hopefully a lot longer from England's point of view. .65 for 4. This is a good tactic from Curtly Ambrose coming around the wickets. Alan Donald caused him a lot of problems when he came around the wicket, because the batsman has to adjust. It's a totally new angle of attack, so he's got to adjust and work out where his off stump is. Oh, that's got to be worth a shout. No shout. No shout at all. Maybe height, but you still want to have a shout, wouldn't you, just to unsettle the batsman?
Just to make him be aware of the fact that the ball did do something that he didn't expect. Coming from pretty wide outside off stump, but perhaps they were all thinking it was a bit too high. Definitely would have gone over the top, pushing the thigh pad instead of the pad itself.
Well, Knight's one of his problems is that he falls over. The other is that he tends to get stuck in the crease at times. Quickish ball from Franklin Rose.
The two younger bowlers, Franklin Rose and Rion King, will supply the firepower and the extra pace. But it's Ambrose and Walsh that will probe away tall, high actions, hit the pitch and get movement. There has been survival for England.
Well, left-handers are used to that. Ball whipping across them from the right arm over the wicket bowler. Ball pitching in line, just maybe on off stump. And the ball flying through to the keeper. What they don't want to do is feel for it like that.
There's no need to play there once the ball's angled across. Right arm over. Angle of the bat was really facing cover point.
It's edge down to third man, the run away for 4.
Not good for a bowler.
It's edge down to third man, the run away for 4.
Not good for a bowler. Nicked along to third man, but shouldn't be too bothered. He slips in position. Again, plays very, very low. Keeps the ball down into that third man area. But it's the business area for wickets.
Here is Hines retrieves. In the air, but safe. Down to third man. Well, it's predominant area of scoring, this.
You don't need a mid-off. It's where the ball will go often. Back with a square on the offside into that slipped cordon. Knight looking to drive, but gets a thick outside edge. Slips in anticipation.
Gone. Yeah, got to have gone. Couldn't do anything about that, Nasser Hussain. He's just got the thinnest of gloves, I think, on that flyer from Rose. Yeah, just the thumb end. Nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing he could have done about that. England are 5 down.
And in deep trouble. Franklin Rose's 50th Test match wicket. Pitches. Looking to defend Nasser Hussain. The ball rises, jumps at him. Just clips through as it just taking the thumb of the glove. Couldn't do anything about that, Nasser Hussain. 82 for 5.
No 50s, no 100s. Could today be the day for Andrew Flintoff? See if it can. Here's Bob Willis and David Gallop.
Well, 52 deliveries. Knight has timed that very well. He's raced away across the outfield without much effort.
When the England players have got bat on ball, they've got full value for their strokes. Been a lot of 4s down to third man. It's about the straightest the ball has been hit. Very few scoring shots through mid-off and mid-on.
That's good running. Sensible stuff as well, given the circumstances. Well, that's beaten Ambrose. In fact, he hardly ever looked like getting close to it. It's a long way down. And there's also 4 more runs.
Flintoff off the mark in some style. That is the problem of having 36 and 37-year-old pace bowlers stationed at mid-off. They can't bend down anymore.
This summer, 1 at Lord's, 16 and 16 at Trent Bridge. Managed to miss the stumps. It's on its way down straight down the ground. Ambrose gave up the chase. The 100 comes up for England. They move on to 101 for 5. Well, that's not his job, is it? His job is entirely in the bowling department. Some of the pace taken off as the ball was hit hard onto his foot. Ambrose, I have to say, a deftly placed boot there might just have cut it off. Might also have turned his ankle.
Yeah, they're not taking any chances with their fitness, Messrs Walsh and Ambrose.
I'm going to change the call, and Flintoff going to turn very quickly. Chandler Paul, the man, a cover.
Oh, a direct hit would have been interesting here. I think Knight was the culprit with the change of call. Flintoff just back.
Slightly straighter blade than he has done at times today.
Well, that's a bit of what the Lancashire fans have come to know and love about Flintoff. Back foot pull, hammered straight back past the bowler, and the quickest of the West Indian bowlers at that.
Not too sure this went exactly where he wanted it to go. Andrew Flintoff. Perhaps wasn't really as short as he thought it would have been, or perhaps didn't bounce as high as he would have liked.
112. Edged. Gone. Simple. It was only really a matter of time. Nick Knight has flirted with danger in that area right the way through his innings. He's gone for 26, and England are 6 down as Lara takes the catch.
So many have gone through just about that line, just about that length without touching the bat. But it has been off the defensive thought. This time he is looking to attack. Nick Knight got the edge on this occasion, and a very simple catch for Brian Lara. Won't drop too many like that. It's 112 for 6.
Robert Croft is in at number 8 for England. First Test match for him for 18 months. Last time he played was in Brisbane in 1998. 50s, averaging 16 in Test match cricket, but improved his batting since he was last in England's ranks. He's been opening the batting for Glamorgan in one-day cricket. Nevertheless, this will be a test for him. He's facing Ryon King.
Good day so far for the West Indies. West Indian fast bowlers on the whole bowling pretty good.
Edged and gone. It's taken Walsh just 2 balls in this second spell to get rid of Andrew Flintoff. A little bit of extra bounce. Flintoff groping uneasily outside to the off stump. He's gone, the 7 down.
Just can't keep this man back, Courtney Walsh. Doesn't need the pitch to be doing too much for him to get the ball to move. That ball just hit the seam and just jagged away from Andrew Flintoff. Good catch again by Brian Lara. 112 for 7.
Andy Caddick, 31 years of age. Number 9. His batting's improved out of hand over the last 18 months. He's England's regular night watchman. He scored well against the New Zealanders. Highest score of 48 against South Africa in Johannesburg this last winter. Topped a run of aggressively increasing top scores for him. Walsh. 4 wickets for Courtney Walsh.
Excellent bowling. This is Andrew Flintoff's dismissal again. Short ball, just jogging away from him off the outside edge to Brian Lara. does get the ball to seam around quite a lot, Courtney Walsh. You can just see the ball just wobbling, but at the same time just tending to go away from the right-hander. Two very safe catches. Building in confidence.
Oh, there we are, Walshometer, ambiometer. Edged, oh, over the top. Over the top of Campbell. We're not far over the top. Croft gets off the mark.
Well, he would have to pick the shortest man in the slip cordon. Not convincing, but it's 4. Didn't really leave the ground before the ball passed him, Sherwin Campbell. Difficult to take that, though. He's not going to be getting up there too quickly. Not the tallest man in the world.
Oh, got to be close. David Shepherd says no, he's going down the leg side. The slip cordon were up, the bowler was up. Courtney can't quite believe it, but I think David Shepherd has made a very good decision here.
Well, the skyline will tell us exactly where it is. It has done a lot. That is very close. His left leg is on the batting crease. He hasn't come a long way forward, and the ball has done a lot. Suppose Shep is still saying that it has a chance of missing leg. This will tell us how far down the pitch he got. I don't think he got very far. He's right back.
Down to third man. Will it go? I think it will, comfortably.
Lots of runs down in that area for England. Ramprakash got 12 runs, 3 boundaries down there. Now Croft has 8 runs, both of them down into that third man region. One was over the second slip's head. Nothing could have been done about that.
That's a good shot. Probably the shot of the day, I would think. Forcing shot off the back foot from England's number 8. 4 through extra cover. Quite beautifully played.
Very good shot. Very good shot. Onto the back foot. Very early, Robert Croft. Had lots of time to play the shot. He enjoyed it.
Gone for it again. Not quite with the same panache or skill, but it's gone for 4 down the third man. It's got the red dragon leaping around on its flag. That flurry of boundaries brings up the tea break.
So that was the scorecard at tea. 4 more wickets falling in the session. England 129 for 7 after 51 overs. At least the West Indies, someone else had taken a wicket now. It was Walsh 4 for 23, but Ambrose had his first of the series, 1 for 25. 1 apiece also for King and Rose.
Oh dear. Well, it's a poor throw. The ball couldn't be gathered at the bowler's end. Paddock was gone for all money, but he's had a let-off.
Well, it's Chandrapal who comes in now. He has all the time in the world. Andy Caddick goes, stops. Then he's got to go. Now, the ball's in his hand. A throw, a nice easy throw to the guy there, and it's not close. For a man with Chandrapal's experience, he knows it. So does he. It's another one on his total.
Just 12 overs and 4 balls an hour from the West Indies. What a superb delivery that is. Croft did pretty well to edge that, but England's 8th wicket is down, and Courtney Walsh has picked up another 5-wicket haul. 5 for 24 in his 17th over.
Well, he might not mind that single being pinched off him just now. There should have been a run out. This is the perfect reply. There you go. It's a good delivery. It's the outside edge. Robert Croft's gone for 18. It's 134 for 8.
Darren Gough comes out to replace Robert Croft. 134 for 8, England. Another milestone for Courtney Walsh. The 20th time he's taken 5 wickets.
You have to say he's a little unlucky. He tries to come back into it, but the movement was there. Just a fine delivery. That would get a lot of very, very good players out. Not much you can do about it. He was one that was got out.
Now, will Caddick change his approach now with just 2 England wickets left? It'll go away fine for 4.
That will annoy Courtney Walsh. Please, Darren Gough in the England dressing room, but he'll be annoyed. He's just slipped this down the leg side. All he needed was a bit of help. Got it. Goes fine, but races away for 4.
The best partnership between Knight and Flintoff. We've got a new partnership in the commentary box. Here are Michael Holding and David Gowan.
Thanks, Bob. And runs flicked away through mid-wicket, no one there. Hines, the man doing the chasing. As well before lunch. Took up the entire session. 5 overs since tea. Curtly Ambrose falling into the same trap, just a little bit. The 150 comes up. So as long as these two can keep tucking it away through mid-wicket, there might be a few more runs in this innings yet. Fine shots. Full of aggression. It was up there, so if it's up there, hit it. Blasted away through extra cover.
Powerfully hit again. Big gap there between the man at mid-off and the cover.
Oh, fine shots. Not good news for Courtney Walsh. He's got to chase it at least to start with, but that was all along the ground. Beautifully played by Darren Gough, his 3rd boundary.
Ball obviously not doing as much now as previously, so once it's up, go through the line. Good shot.
Well, he's onto that very quickly. The man is out there. Wavell Hines at deep square leg, just in case he wanted to play the hook shot. Gets 2 runs for it.
Inside edge, got plenty of bat on it, won't go for 4. Wavell Hines, the fielder. What a good shot that is. Backward a point from Darren Gough. With a flourish and a full flow, Gough picks up a boundary.
Shot of the day for me. Step back and then into the shot. Back with a square on the offside, just drives through the line of the ball.
Not to hurry here, Darren Gough, he stumbled. Asking for the 3rd umpire's opinion of that. Now, has Gough struggled here? I think he stumbled and he slipped as he set off. Has he made his ground?
You said it, I think that stumble will be vital. Terrific piece of fielding. Goff doesn't fancy it. Ridley Jacobs onto the ball quickly. Has he got there? He's just out. He's an inch out. That stumble has been so important. He's a couple of inches short of the line. Side on this time. Darren Goff desperately trying to get into his ground. And I think we'll find that he's just out. It's disappointing. There's the telltale sign, red light. Spells danger. He knew he was going to be tight.
Partnership was worth 39. Darren Goff's gone for 23. Gone 73 for 9. Ed Giddins is England's number 11. It's at the non-striker's end. That's gone straight up in the air. Adams is coming under it. Jacobs is making ground to it and has caught it. It's the end of the England innings. England all out for 179. Jacobs wraps it up with a catch off Giddins from the bowling of Rion King. And Jimmy Adams will feel delighted at a good job done.
Not Giddins' shot, this. Speculative pull to the leg side. Keeper calls it. Makes good ground. 2 hands to the catch. So that's a job well done by the West Indies. Doesn't exactly know where it's gone. Straight up in the air. Thinks it's going to be the end. Indeed it was. Ridley Jacobs comes round. Calls the catch. Takes it outstretched. England 179 all out. Still with a chance of taking some wickets this evening. Overcast conditions. Call the ball. Ridley Jacobs and pouched it.
Well, a top score of 26 from Nick Knight. Resistance from Andy Caddick, not out 21, and Darren Goff 23. His first 20 for a long, long time. And all out 179. So West Indies very happy with their first day's work at this stage. And the star of the day for them. Courtney Walsh, 5 for 36. Curtly Ambrose, Misley from 20.5 overs, 1 for 32. Rion King, 2 for 60. Franklin Rose, 1 for 45. Once again, a 4-pronged West Indies.
Put down. Flintoff in that 5th slip position. 3 orthodox slips, then a gap, then Flintoff. Went fast, but it certainly carried. Big shout and out. Venkat's finger goes up straight away. Success for Darren Goff. These inexperienced West Indies are going to struggle in these conditions. Gale goes for a duck. The West Indies are 5 for 1.
There was never going to be any doubt in that at all. Once the ball came back in, once you miss, that's it. Hitting him on the back leg, just in line with that off stump. It pitched in line, straightened, and that is in line with off stump. No doubt about that. It's 5 for 1.
Here's another left-hander. Wavell Hines replaces Chris Gale. Very highly thought of in the Caribbean. And already has got runs under his belt on this England tour. Up and over the infield. That'll be 4 behind point. Goff playing for lack of direction. 13 for 1. Another long chase for Ramprakash. He might lose this race. Just makes it to the rope. 4 to Campbell. 17 for 1. Well, that's cracked away through mid-off by Hines. A beautiful, clean swing of the bat. And a real crack as that ball hit the sweet spot of his bat.
That's the first boundary that we have seen through that position for the entire day. Very good shot. Again, the scrambled seam. Again, that's why the ball has done nothing. Straight through the line.
In the air, taken by Hussain. That's a disappointing dismissal for Wavell Hines. Over-ambitious from West Indies number 3. He's gone. England fighting back here. The visitors 24 for 2.
Seemed almost to be a leading edge, that from Wavell Hines. Ball full in length. It was as if he was trying to play it towards the onside. No, it wasn't. The face of the bat was opened up, pointing towards the offside. It's 24 for 2.
Well, here he is, the world record holder, Brian Lara, back in the West Indies side after his self-imposed exile during the Caribbean home series against Zimbabwe and Pakistan. Knows his ground well of England.
That's a half volley. Gets the treatment. Brian Lara doesn't have to run for that. That's going all the way down the mid-off boundary. Well, there's a gimme if ever there was one.
Oh, what a loosener that was. Do you know, I don't think they come any stiffer than this.
There's no third man. Chase for Flintoff here. Races away for 4 down to that short boundary in front of the pavilion. The 50's up for the West Indies in the 17th over. The run rate over 3 and over. England was just over 2.5 for their 69 overs. The duration of their first innings, 179 all out.
Right, 19 overs possible then in that final session after the change of innings, and West Indies will be reasonably happy with that. Just 2 down for 50. Sherwin Campbell not out 28. Brian Lara, circumspect, but still there, not out on 6. And the bowling figures for England just in that session. Darren Gough 1 for 20. Andy Caddick started well, 1 for 14. Giddins was poor, none for 12, and a couple of overs at the end of it. Robert Croft, just 2 overs, none for 1. So at the end of the first day, West Indies 129 runs behind, looking good. Clue, conditions improved pretty much straight after that pitch report. The sun came out. It was a very hot day, very hard work for the England bowlers. So let's pick up the action at the start of the day with Sherwin Campbell and Brian Lara, the batsman.
That'll have enough pace on it to make the boundary. Short down to third man there. Flintoff had no chance of catching it. Both captains prepared to let these runs go down to third man. A good third of England's runs would have been scored down in that area.
Big gap. Those gaps in that slip cordon. So many occasions we see the ball just going through that gap.
It's gone through the slips. Hick diving to his left. Don't think it was going to carry to Atherton at first. Hick had to go for it.
That is the length. That is the length that they have got to bowl with the movement that they are getting. Cannot give the batsman enough time to see the movement and then to adjust. But look at that length. Not the best footwork that you'll find in the world from Sherwin Campbell. Nowhere close to the line of the ball, that left leg. Didn't get too far outside. the crease either, but that certainly is the length.
It's beaten Flintoff. That's away for 4. 3 boundaries in the over. Campbell's on to 44, the West Indies 66 for 2. No third man. England, I think, are going to have to plug that gap.
Lots of runs coming in that third man region. Both teams, thick outside edge. Went all along the ground, very safe. Don't think Brian Lara will be very happy with it, but it was a safe shot. 25 runs down in the third man region already, out of just 70.
Glorious shot. Hussein's given up the chase. That brings up the 50 partnership between Campbell and Lara. West Indies resumed at 50 for 2. They've scored 24 runs in quarter of an hour.
And Brian Lara hasn't been on strike very often. That would have done his confidence a world of good though, especially after that thick outside edge went down to the third man region, right off the meat of the bat.
Well, that's a big shout.
This will show us exactly what happened. Pitch is in line, that's for sure. It's him just on the top of the pad. More times than not, once the ball rushes the top of the pad, it's when we're going over the top.
In the air, but it's past Ramprakash. That was a loose shot from Lara. Three more to the total. The scoreboard's rattling round like a fruit machine. Edged. Away for 4. England haven't bowled that badly this morning, but they've conceded a lot of runs, 34 of them now. Campbell moves on to 49 with his 7th boundary.
And where did that ball go again? Good deliver though, full in length, bit of away movement, but that gap between third slip and gully, that's where the ball has found again.
Lara calls Campbell back for 2. That's a very good half-century for Sherwin Campbell. We'll know pretty soon how important this innings is for the West Indies. I think it's a very important one. It's given them a good start. It's eased the nerves of the middle order sitting in the dressing room after the loss of those 2 early wickets. Magnificent. Too many people have hit boundaries on this pitch in front of the wicket.
Went in the same direction as that lofted shot earlier on, but this one was much better timed because he wasn't stretching, reaching for the ball. Hit it a lot closer to the body on that occasion.
And the average against England for Lara now up to 80 runs per innings.
Good shot from Lara. That's nothing more than a block drive. checked his stroke and the ball's run away for 4. Straight back past the bowler. Shot of true class.
Well, all those people who are telling us that he was past it and he was out of form and shouldn't be here on this tour. Had a lot of that dribble. Well, I wish I could play defensive shots like this. Look at that. It's just no more than a defensive push, but it's out the middle of the bat and it's timed to perfection.
Take that. Nick one back at me, and that's what I'll do next ball. Just fractionally wide and fractionally short. Well, may Caddick shake his head.
Well, this guy doesn't like being hurt, and so he's going to hurt you, and that's the best way he does it, with that bat of his. It's just tremendous. He's so quickly into position, the full flow of the bat.
It's in the slot for Lara. He wouldn't have middled it or timed it quite as he would have liked, but it's gone for 4.
I just wonder if we try too much at times. More variation. You don't get it right, he does.
Well, you know, you don't need to. You just don't need to vary. It's 2-4. It's a half volley on leg stump and got what it deserved. Another half volley on leg stump. It's a meat and drink to Brian Lara. That's exquisitely timed off the toes for 4 more. 10 off the over. Nicely played by Campbell. Now, will that run away for 4? I don't think so. It's Ramprakash after it and Giddins. Between them, pull the ball up a yard short. 3 to Campbell.
That's took it away very fine. Race away. Leg buys though.
Well, the whole over has been directed an angle towards leg stump.
Partnership of 99 so far between Sherwin Campbell and Brian Lara. Oh, he's got it this time. Beautifully bowled by Darren Gough. Sherwin Campbell completely beaten. It's managed to find a way through. Maybe up inside edge, bit of pad, but it's found the stump, knocked it out the ground, and that partnership will stay on 99.
Darren Gough's 150th Test match wicket. He's waited in the wings for far too long. Full-length ball that swings back in towards Sherwin Campbell. It's a ricochet off the pad. He's played well for his 59, but England have got that first breakthrough. West Indies now 123 for 3.
Well, it's going to be a diet of left-handers for a while now. Sherwin Campbell, the man bowled by Darren Gough. The one right-hander in the top order for West Indies. The new man, Shivnarine Chanderpaul. Well-established Test player. Very different style to Brian Lara. But if he gets in now, and he gets stuck in, problems for England. Darren Gough, though, 150 wickets now in his Test career. He's on song. He's bowled with good pace there. The pace helped him get through the defence of Sherwin Campbell, as did that little bit of in-swing. New man at the crease. Let's see if he can do it again. .3 miles an hour. Have another look at the dismissal. There's just that movement in that beat Sherwin Campbell. He plays from the crease, that's the way he plays. But beaten by the in-swing, beaten by a bit of pace as well. The in-swing made him play across it. He was trying to respond to the movement.
Well worth looking at that again. And just at Darren Goff's front foot. Side on view would just give the impression that he may have just overstepped the front line. No matter now. As you say, he's ball with decent pace, full length, a little bit of swing.
Good delivery. Very fine delivery, and Alex Stewart acknowledging that by the way he took it.
It's a dismissal again. Darren Goff, watch his front foot. He's just overstepped, aligns the umpires. It's a ball of full length that does swing back in towards Sherwin Campbell. How deep he is in the crease. That's how he plays.
Clipped away nicely, just fractionally overpitched. The Yorker turns into a full toss. And Chanderpaul very grateful. He's off the mark. Did time it nicely though.
Well, what a shot that is. Darren Goff looking for the Yorker. Beautifully timed by Chanderpaul. Just a flick of the wrist there.
Yep, takes him past 2,500 Test match runs for the West Indies in this is 43rd Test match, averaging just over 40, which is a pretty good benchmark. Anyone over 40, you'll say time and again, is a good player with a good record. That's right in the slot for him. Through extra cover for 4. Any batsman will tell you, if you can get the bowlers to bowl where you want it as a batsman, that's plan A.
Another flowing shot, Flintoff round the wicket, over pitches. I think that Lara wants to tuck into Flintoff. Another exquisite shot. Once again, as always, that high back lift. All his weight going forward into the shop. He's moved on to 47.
Well, slight change of line, probably inadvertent from Andrew Flintoff. Nice piece of footwork from Ed Giddins. In effect, saves 1 run. And Brian Lara moves on to 50. Well played.
Well, he's had a net. His sights will be set way beyond that. Many West Indian spectators here at Edgbaston. Nearly a full house. 9 fours. All crackers.
Good ball, good bouncer. Good and straight. Gets up, dusts himself down. Thought about playing it, but got out of the way. Now, Mikey, what's been a bit of a mystery to me is that England's Premier Strike bowler decided only had 1 over in the first hour, or 2 overs or whatever it was. But I found that rather strange.
Not too sure if it was he who decided that. He had 2 overs this morning, 2 very expensive overs, 15 runs off them. And perhaps his captain thought to himself, well, this isn't quite his end, because remember they bowled from different ends yesterday.
And both got a wicket each.
And again, we can't be too sure who was responsible for the decision to switch them this morning.
I think they might have got it wrong. Dropped a man back for the hook. And told him another bouncer. Brian Lara not wanting anything to do with it. There's the man, Andy Flintoff, has been dropped back there. There's also the orthodox fine leg round here. He's there for anything that is top-edged out this way, should he choose to go for the hook. There you go. It's the man for the hook. There's, well, I suppose both men are there technically for the hook. Back pad, so you've got an in-out feel there, which is probably the right way to do it. Mid-wicket. And just 2 slips now, though. And that hits the one man at square point. I would say the way that was fielded would be Nick Knight, and there he is.
Darren Gough really giving it everything at the moment, though. I think he realizes how important it is for England to try and get rid of Brian Lara. So he's really charging in, really bowling as quickly as he possibly can.
Edged and gone. And that's good aggressive bowling from Darren Gough. He's done everything his side wanted. And he's got rid of Brian Lara. He's gone for 50. But that is a crucial wicket. And my, oh my. Why wasn't he bowling from this end at the start of the day?
Very good wicket and very good bowling from Darren Gough. That is the way you've got to bowl. You've got to run in and give it everything when you're bowling against outstanding batsmen like Brian Lara. Very thin edge through to the wicket keeper. Didn't wait around Brian Lara. It's 136 for 4.
The West Indian captain, Jimmy Adams, comes to the crease. Very healthy average. 7, just over. 1250, 600s in that. A career best at 208 not out. So, nothing wrong with his average.
Different field again now for Jimmy Adams. Much more attacking field in that slip cordon. 3 slips on the gully.
In comes Darren Gough. Pushed into the offside, and Jimmy Adams away straight away. But that's a good aggressive over from Darren Gough. Just 1 from it, but he picked up the vital wicket of Brian Lara, and it's worth having another look at it, Mikey. You have a theory here, don't you? The only way you've got to get him out is to be aggressive with Lara.
That's the only way. Medium pacers and spinners are not going to be getting too many opportunities to get Brian Lara out. He plays medium pace and spin so well. You've got to be very aggressive. You've got to bowl bouncers. You've got to bowl quickly. Not everyone has the ability to bowl quickly. Darren Gough certainly does. Gets it in the right spot as well.
Well bowled. Pace around the mid-80s all the time, Andy Flintoff. Well, so to speak, it's a pretty good over, Mikey. Lots of effort. It's 138 for 4. Now that's one area he can't bowl. So strong in that area. He waits for anything into his legs. It's not an easy 3. They might even think about 4. And they are thinking about 4, and they've made it very easily. Good running.
So at lunch, 149 for 4, an even session in many ways. Lara gone for 50, Campbell for 59. They both batted beautifully, and England didn't get quite the early wickets they wanted, but at least they're happy at lunch that Brian Lara is back in that pavilion. Darren Gough added the 2 wickets. He's now got figures of 3 for 56. Andy Caddick 1 for 37, and none for either Gideonscroft or Flintoff. Situation then at lunch, West Indies just 30 runs behind.
That's beautifully played. Wasn't a very threatening ball from Andrew Caddick. The 150's up for the West Indies. That ball's gone down at less than 80 miles an hour. Very friendly start.
You know, I think it's been a feature of all the England bowlers when they've come into the attack. There's been a real loosener.
Super length to be bowling. Not quite where Chanderpaul intended, but he'll pick up 4 runs.
There was a trap set. Mark Ramprakash was at deep backward square leg. Bouncer from Caddick, hit down by Chanderpaul in front of square.
.159 now for 4.
Plenty of time left in this test match, days and days, and they will try to occupy the crease for as long as possible and punctuate their occupation with flowing strokes like that.
Very famous gentleman that we just saw on the screen, follows the West Indies all around the world, but this is another very good shot from Shridharan Chanderpaul, just out of reach of the man at gully. Was in the air for a fraction, but got on top of it, hit it down.
It's in the air, but safe. A couple of bounces down to Giddins at fine leg. Good stroke, all along the ground. It's a good shot from Chanderpaul, just to push down the ground off the back foot. Deficit to 3. Just detect that England are feeling just a little bit lower than they were about 50 minutes ago when they came out after lunch.
So Andy Caddick continuing. Chanderpaul is the man on strike. Nice way to start again after the break. Certainly for Shridharan Chanderpaul. A lot of bottom hand, that's his trademark. Fair hammered away through mid-off.
Well, it's almost a repeat of the first ball after lunch, which was a nice juicy half volley. Well, it's another nice juicy half volley, which now gives the West Indies the lead by 1 run.
Well, I suppose you could harshly call that a chance. Maybe you could hardly call it a chance. It was hit with great power. Andy Caddick just stuck out a hand. It glanced off the hand and continued very quickly straight down the ground again. 4 more. Well, that's come out slowly. Jimmy Adams had to adjust the shot, slow it down to make contact. The 50 partnership now. Partnership moves on to 52. That could have been a chance, judging by all the reactions out there and the noises. Sharp chance. Anything there in at Silly Point is sharp.
It's a chance, there's no doubting that. McKnight's expression tells you everything. Well, bowled, drifting in, shoots out, just gets a finger to it, I think.
He's got 15 now. That's just right up there for him, into the slot, and in this sort of form, very easy option for him. He's played very well indeed for this 50. Kept the bat straight. A lot of bottom hand comes into it, but it's a method that's served him well for some years already.
Yeah, but I have to say, you've got to hit it, and it's been pretty ordinary bowling from Ed Giddings. I mean, that's just a medium pace half volley.
That's tempting enough and well driven. Nice to see the spinner trying to flight the ball. But Jimmy Adams taking advantage. Just overdone by Robert Croft. Nice to play.
It's a good shot, very good shot.
And he hit anywhere he likes. That's going to go for 4. Worked from outside off stump through wide mid-on for 4. Chanderpaul to pick the gap on the onside.
Smashed away, this time in front of square. That's 4 more. This could be the end of Ed Giddins' Test career. It's 218 for 4.
In the air, forlorn cry of catch from Alex Stewart. Only person to catch it is the ball boy out at deep extra.
Beautifully played again. Wait for the bad ball and hit it for 4. It's as simple as that.
I think he did a little bit more than that. Used his feet very well there, Chanderpaul. He looks ungainly at times, but he's very quick on his feet. There he goes. A little shimmy down the track.
Go on. Well, Flintoff's done the trick. There's still hope for England. The new ball's available in just over 3 overs' time. Chanderpaul has given his wicket away. Flintoff gets on the wicket-taking sheet. West Indies 230 for 5. They lead by 51.
Well, short and wide, and Chanderpaul throwing the bat at that. It's a good athletic catch from Stewart. A fine edge from Chanderpaul. His fine innings of 73 ends 230 for 5.
Yet another left-hander comes out to bat for the West Indies. This time it's the wicket-keeper Ridley Jacobs. He joins Jimmy Adams. Adams on 25. And once again, Paul Shivnarine Chanderpaul fails to convert a 50 into 100. Just 2 Test centuries. It's amazing, really. He was playing so well. He just gave it away.
I was just singing his praises, saying how good a start he'd had to his Test career and how consistent he was, averaging over 40, but bemoaning the fact that he'd only got 2 centuries in 40-odd Test matches. And he goes and gives it away again.
There's an extra slip for Jacobs and a bat pad. The last ball of Flintoff's over, so Jacobs will be on strike again.
Well, the star of the afternoon session for West Indies, Shivnarine Chanderpaul. Caught Stuart Flintoff for 73. He looked well set for 100. It wasn't to be. Adams 25 not out, Jacobs not out. 1 West Indies at tea, 231 for 5. Darren Gough 3 for 59. Andy Caddy 1 for 66. Andy Flintoff at the bottom took the wicket in the afternoon session. 11 overs, 5 maidens, 1 for 16. So West Indies 52 runs ahead now with 5 wickets in hand.
That's a terrific now. So this is what annoys me and frustrates me. You put the effort in and you'll get something out. The ball that got Brian Lara out from Darren Gough bounced a little bit similar to that. He edged it. Look at this delivery. That's going to go fine. That's going to go to 4. Stewart went for the initial stumping. And a second go because he felt that the batsman might just have toppled over. It's good alert cricket from Alex Stewart. Now just have a look here.
Takes the bails off, smart down the leg side. Adams just oversteps. There's the bails gone. Just overbalances there. Stewart's still watching, takes a stump out of the ground, holding the ball.
Edged and gone. We got one in the right place.
That's better from Andrew Caddick. He certainly looked out of sorts, but he's had a success there with Ridley Jacobs. A new ball has told for England. Goodness, they needed a breakthrough there, England, with this second new ball. Caddick bang on line. Just takes the outside edge of Ridley Jacobs back. The ball goes through comfortably to Alex Stewart. That's one breakthrough that England needed. Now the 4 more are needed. Jacobs has gone for 5, 2:37 for 6.
Curtly Ambrose comes to the crease. Averages just under 12.5 runs per innings. In against the new ball, against England strike bowlers. The England camp will be hoping he won't be there very long. I know for one thing, if I was running into bowl against him, I want to let him know that I've got the new ball. Darren Gough back into the attack. He's got 3 for 59. He'll be smelling a 5-wicket haul here. Well, that's smashed away through the covers. Over pitched. No swing there. Fine shot from Jimmy Adams. Just trying to get the ball to swing, but it comes out real wobbly. It's hit. It's not a full half volley, but it's hit on the up. It's 4 runs. Good pace.
Well, there is something there from Gough. He will keep running in.
Well, that's just a half volley. Now, why we bowl this to tail enders, I don't know. Because when our batsmen go in, I think that's probably 4 runs. They'll have a look. Not sure that the field end of Flintoff will know that. Have a look. But what do our bowlers get when they come in to face the new ball against quick bowlers? They get half volleys.
David Shepherd just checking with the third umpire. Flintoff makes good ground. Dives to stop the ball. Now, has he touched the rope? There he has. That'll be giving us 4. It's 2 words, Beefy. No drives. No drives.
I can remember playing against the West Indies when we got a rare full-length ball from Malcolm Marsh. And the next comment from the slip cordon led by Viv Richards was, "Knuckle man, if he wants to drive, let him get in his car."
Something like that. He's not bothering to run, and with justification. Hasn't hit it completely cleanly, but it's hard enough. He's going to go for 4, has done. It was airborne, but it was some 5 yards or so to the right of Robert Croft. West Indies past the 250 mark.
Found the gap there, Curtly Ambrose. I'm not too sure he purposely found the gap. I think the ball just happened to go there. He was hitting straight down the ground.
There goes the new ball, racing away to the boundary. Very fine shot from Jimmy Adams. Well, any new ball comes onto the bat well. Oh, that was unintentional from Darren Gough, I'm sure. It's high, it's a no ball signalled by Venkat. It's a nasty delivery. Any sort of high full toss is a dangerous delivery and is construed as such by the laws and the playing conditions.
David Lloyd was talking about conversation with Malcolm Marshall that he had a few years ago when Malcolm Marshall said that you aim at the fast bowler's hands. I don't think he quite meant that way. The ball is supposed to hit the ground first.
He's just being panned straight back over his head now by a West Indian tail-ender. Well, that's a good shot from Jimmy Adams, found the gap through extra cover. It's his fourth boundary.
Adams has been in over 3.5 hours for his 46 runs. He's only hit 4 fours. That's probably the best of them.
Now then, that's beaten mid-off. He's looking to get 3, which will take him through to 50, and he's going to get them. Well played, Jimmy Adams. Fine captain's innings for the West Indies.
Jimmy Adams gave great support to Shivnarine Chanderpaul, who's now got his own reward, a 50 against his own name. He's still got a very healthy test match batting average, Jimmy Adams, after a long period of struggling with the bat. He's now found some form again.
Nice straight drive. The keeper saying interested. Picks it up just inside the rope. But that's the 50 partnership between Adams and Ambrose. It's a fine effort for this 7th wicket.
One's missed him. It's also found space in the outfield, and Jimmy Adams will take 2. Always keen to push for that. How's that? There goes the appeal, there goes the answer. It's out. Ambrose trying to drag himself away from the crease now, but Robert Croft has been celebrating for 10 seconds already.
So a success for Robert Croft. Goes straight on with the arm. Ambrose decides not to play. It's hit his back leg in front of middle and off. He stood there for a while, Curtly Ambrose. He's played really well for his 22 in support of his captain, but Robert Croft has worked it for England. 292 for 7 now, the West Indies.
So Ambrose gone. It was a partnership of 55 very useful runs for the West Indies. Franklin Rose is out there now. It's a rare sight in this West Indies batting lineup, a right-hander. That's not far away, quietly. It's not out, it's a leg by.
Be worth another look. Franklin Rose gets outside the line. It's hit the back leg. It's hit his back leg.
The lucky man. Big blow. That's gone for the maximum. Over, long off. An uncomplicated swing of the bat, proving mighty effective.
It wasn't complicated, wasn't it? He's asked the question, Robert Croft. Flighted delivery. And Rose has given the answer. Big 6. 3 balls, 7.
Fine shot, poor delivery though. Just too short, it spoilt a good over. Keeps Jimmy Adams happy, he's ticking away beautifully. And he found the gap, put it away. It's 305 for 7. Well, he didn't seem to know much about that, Franklin Rose. You can look at the scoreboard and see 4 runs going to his name, but not be quite sure how he got them.
Well, the ball is like a hook, if that's what it was. Where's it gone? Over the top of slip. Flintoff still rushing in. More words of encouragement from Adams.
It's played pretty well. I'm not sure that Franklin Rose maybe knew too much about it or where it was exactly going, but he got the middle of the bat on it.
One would have to say this is now an unfortunate situation for Darren Gough to be coming back with just 3 overs to go. Obviously, Nasser Hussain wants to take a wicket or 2 before close of play, and it would be fine if he hadn't bowled so many overs before, but with all the continuous pressure on him throughout the day, to be coming back having already bowled 28 overs is not going to be easy.
No, but you do know he'll give you everything he's got. Wow, that's an amazing shot. I think you have to say that that was premeditated and effective. 4 more down the ground.
Another good shot. Just playing through the line, the ball again. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Darren Gough, having bowled 28 overs already, obviously isn't very fresh. Must be a tired man at this stage. He's trying his best. Always does. But 3 minutes past 6 in the afternoon.
Well, there's another one hit down the ground. Not hit so well. This will only be a couple here. Gough puts his hands on his head. Can't believe it. But England are in another situation here, Mikey. It's 142 behind, 3 wickets to go, and they've put themselves in a position where they're staring down the barrel again. Slower ball, wasn't picked, but gets away with it. But they're in a situation now where it's backs to the wall.
Yes, one more time again.
You look at that, Caddick and Gough, majority of the bowling, 2 wickets and 3 wickets. Well, as easy as you like. But you have to say that, and I think you're exactly right, Darren Gough is a tired man. He's had to do the work. And you have to say that he, at least, you know, will give you everything he's got. I'm not so sure about some of the others.
He's giving everything that he has got, but at this point, as I said, at 5 minutes past 6, having bowled so many overs, he's not going to have a lot.
3 wickets remaining, and it's worth remembering that England have had the new ball in this session. There's 4 more. And you have to feel sorry for Darren Gough here at this stage. He shouldn't really be having to bowl, Mikey. Try and get loose and come back and bowl 2 overs at the end of the day when you bowled 28 before that. Well, that stumps. The second day here at Edgbaston, and the West Indies have got themselves into a commanding position.
So at the close then, Jimmy Adams not out 66, with Franklin Rose not out 33 in quick time. West Indies very happy with that position, 336 for 7. Top scorer on the day, Shivnarine Chanderpaul with 73. England's bowlers struggled. Darren Gough was lion-hearted as ever, 3 for 98. Carrick 2 for 81. Giddins really did struggle, number 68. Croft, good 19 overs, 1 for 40. And Andy Flintoff, 19 overs, 1 for 38. He'll be happy enough with that. Therefore, the situation at the end of this second day, West Indies with a very good lead, 157 runs.
That's the outside edge. Well, that's crashed away back with a point. Just a long hop outside off stump, and Rose has clattered into that. First runs off the bat this morning.
He's going to continue playing those shots, Franklin Rose. Fairly confident these days, Franklin Rose. Has always had some batting ability, not always shown it though. But I think with this new dispensation, he has shown a lot more grit and determination at the crease. A top score that we just saw of 69 was in a recent series against Zimbabwe in Jamaica. And the gentleman he's batting with at the moment, Jimmy Adams, posted a very, very healthy partnership for the West Indies against Zimbabwe in that game. 147 they put together. A record 8-wicket partnership for the West Indies. They'll be hoping to repeat that here.
Again down the leg side, but only just. Looking to pad on the way through. Good athletic take from Alex Stewart behind the stumps. Pick up 2 there, and that brings up the 50 partnership between Adams and Rose. Come up in just 43 minutes.
Ad is on the chest. That is the height that you want to get it.
Gone for the pull there. There's a man out at deep square. He said Giddins, who can't get round. Well played by Franklin Rose. Nothing wrong with that for a pull stroke.
Again, if you look at the height of this, it's just in between. First one was too high, the second one just a fraction too low. Had no problems with that. That was below the height of his waist.
Looking confident, Franklin Rose. He's up to 45. Last 50 was the fastest 50 of the innings. Well, second fastest. Second 50 came up in just 8. Rose is facing Gough. Oh, I thought he was going down. Venkat says that's out. The full toss hitting Franklin Rose on the outside of the front pad, and Gough gets his reward. 4 for 106 for him.
There was always a chance of that happening with Franklin Rose. He moves so far across his stumps, always exposing that leg stump, and you can see the leg stump there again. Not too sure that would have hit the leg stump though, because you can see where the ball is coming from. It has hit him in line with leg stump, but there's still somewhere to go. It's 354 for 8.
Leon King makes his way to the crease. Replacing Franklin Rose, LBW to Darren Gough. The first ball of Darren Gough's 4th over of the morning. But he's more wickets than runs in Test cricket. Have another look at this. I think this was going down the leg side. I don't think there's any doubt about that. It's on the back pad in line with leg stump. But Venkat said that was out. Rose is on his way.
In the first innings of Test matches, 69 wickets at an average of 35. In the second innings, 51 wickets at an average of 20. That is a staggering statistic. Great shot.
Yes, it's 4. Jimmy Adams in true Caribbean style. Gets the width that he required. Full-length ball from Caddick outside off stump, one-handed by Jimmy Adams. Easy game.
That's a good shot through extra cover. Flintoff making a lot of ground, but not enough. Once again, coming back after a short break. A nice juicy morsel offered up.
It's quite remarkable, isn't it? Every time I see us have a lunch break or a drinks break, we then serve up a half volley just to get the batsmen going, make them feel at home.
Alex Stewart asking the question. Venkat, the umpire at square leg, asking for the assistance of the third umpire.
And I can tell you what, Alex Stewart thinks he's got it.
Well, this is absolutely dead square, and that gives you a better clue. If he hasn't moved back now, then I think that's out too, because he's right on the line. The toe grounded on the line. He only moves the toe behind after the bails come off. So a close decision, but it goes in favour of Robert Croft, and I think he's deserved that. He could so easily have had Ryon King LBW 3 or 4 overs ago, and he's on his way now with this slick piece of work from Alex Stewart. Had to go quite wide to take it, got it back nicely onto the stumps, and Ryon King hadn't got his toe behind the line at that moment. So he's out for 1. He's been there and done a job for an hour. A very useful job keeping Jimmy Adams company. It's 385 for 9. So we're down to the last man then, Courtney Walsh. A man who had a very good day with the ball on the first day of this test match.
Into the 90s now, Jimmy Adams, moving up to 90, 92.
Good play from Adams. He's going to pick up 2 round there.
In the air over the top. That'll be 4 for Jimmy Adams. He's within a boundary of a century now. 96 not out.
Not sure that's gone exactly where he wanted it to go. Flighty delivery from Croft, outside off stump. Looking for that rough area. He's certainly aiming that much straighter, but he's got a good bat on it over extra cover.
Oh, caught it. What a good catch by Flintoff at cover. Adams perishes too short of what would have been his second century against England. He'll be disappointed about that, but on the other hand, he'll be highly delighted that the West Indies have got a lead of 218.
Well played, Jimmy Adams. Deserved 100, but what a catch. Flintoff right on the ground, just gets a couple of huge fingers underneath it, and there they are. Terrific effort from the big man, and what an effort from Jimmy Adams.
Well, it was just before lunch, some 8 minutes before lunch, the West Indies were finally dismissed. Jimmy Adams, the last man out, he fully deserved 100, but it wasn't to be. 98 before he was caught by Andy Flintoff off the bowling of Darren Gough. But look at that support from the lower order. 22 from Curtly Ambrose. Franklin Rose, 48, taking on from his 33, not out overnight. And even though Ryon King only got 1, he stayed there with Jimmy Adams to get West Indies up to 397. So the final bowling figures for England. Darren Gough deserved his 5 wickets, that's for sure. He put in every effort, 5 for 109. Andy Caddick, 2 for 94. Ed Giddins, he'll be the most disappointed of those bowlers, number 73 from his 18 overs. I thought Robert Croft bowled well and justified his recall into this test side to bowl against the left-handers. He finished with 2 for 53. And again, lots of effort from Andy Flintoff, deserved that 1 for 48. So, after the first innings, a good lead. That's a very, very handy lead in any contest. West Indies 218 runs ahead.
Third man region between third slip and the gully. So Jimmy Adams decides it's going to be 4 slips. If it goes down the third man, it has to go wide of all 4.
Steplow's gone. Ramprakash goes for naught. I don't think he's suited to opening the batting in Test match cricket. England have had their worst possible start. They're 0 for 1.
Well, everyone had been trying to get onto the front foot in the first innings, and it's a bit flatter now, so certainly you would want to get onto the front foot here. Just pitching outside off stump, coming in quite sharply. That was absolutely plumb. 0 for 1.
That's one leg. Well, what a task for England's captain. He comes in with 218 runs behind. There are only 9 wickets left now in England's second innings. He's number 3. England need an innings from Hussain like they've never needed one. Over the top. Oh, perhaps they needed a taller man at first slip. Still plenty of venom in this pitch with a hard new ball if you pitch it in the right place.
Need to get some taller men down there. Well, that was my theory, that the taller man needed to be finer. Well, it went right through Brian Lara's hands. Certainly would have had a much better chance of it if he was a bit taller, but he still got both hands to the ball. Very disappointed, Curtly Ambrose, but he has gotten accustomed to that. Not every catch is going to be taken.
That'll race away to the third man boundary. Insult upon injury for Curtly Ambrose.
Well, not very easy batting, is it? And again, through that gap that we keep on referring to, the gap between third slip and gully. Not a bad record that against the West Indies, though. Certainly we'd love his average to be a bit higher, but 5 half-centuries and 3 centuries. Not better than a lot of batsmen I could call. Much better average here, but still not a very good record. Only 585 runs in 16 innings.
That's away square on the leg side. Atherton's first boundary. Hussain has 2. 12 of England's 13 runs coming in boundaries.
Won't allow those to go unpunished, Michael Atherton. Just drifting into the legs, just a bit too straight initially and then drifting in. Very strong in that position.
Took down again. Unbelievable. Rion King wouldn't win any prizes for his fielding. I think he's been to the Tufnell Academy. That was a simple catch.
Yes, very simple catch. Anyone at this level should take a catch like that, but it's not the best fielder in the world, Rion King. Everyone will say that's a shocker, but I don't think too many West Indians would be too surprised.
It's gone this time, caught behind. Straightforward dismissal. Feeling for it outside that off stump, and pays the ultimate price.
Well, wind the tape back. It's only about a minute ago. Bowling the ball in the right place. Walsh will predominantly angle the ball back into the batsman, but the batsman wary all the time of this. The one that holds up, pitches and holds its line. The same follows the ball. Fatal. A nick through. West Indies have caught one at long last. The score, my goodness, 14 for 2.
Graham Hick is the new batsman. Just over 34. 600s to his name, 17. And he's gone, he's given, but I don't know if Graham Hick's hit that. I think that might have hit the stump. He's been given out, but I'm just wondering whether that's hit the stump.
Graham Hick stood his ground in disbelief. Venkat gave him out. It was a cracking delivery again. The West Indies has won. Appealed for the catch. Let's look. It's just gone over the top of the stumps. It doesn't appear to hit the bat. We'll obviously look at it time and again. Walsh in the ascendancy. All the West Indies gather round. Hick stood his ground, but he's on his way. 0, 14 for 3.
Alex Stewart then. Crease, and Courtney Walsh is on fire. Tries to catch it, but Alex Stewart's off the mark. They get 2 runs. So what Alex Stewart, I think, will do in this situation is he'll be positive.
The only way that he can play. Certainly shouts to catch it. Well, if they weren't catching the ones that mid on and they weren't catching the ones that slipped, they're not catching this. Straight off the middle of the bat.
Tell you what, it's a better effort than the one at mid-wicket. Bat and pad.
Let's look again. He certainly missed the bat. May have took his hip on the way through. West Indies immediately went up. There would be a noise.
But I know, knowing Graham Hick, he hasn't hit that. He knows he hasn't hit it. Well, that's the way to play. The width, first ball he's had with any width, he's still going to scratch it. That's scratched in style, isn't it?
And it's not Ambrose that's bowled it. Franklin Rose in his first over. Short and wide with pace, but Stewart on it in a flash. He'll bowl the line, we'll bowl the length, we'll hit the pitch, and the pitch will do the rest.
Chopped on. And Stewart going for the cut. Second time he's chopped onto the stumps. And England now in all kinds of trouble.
Big crowd registering their dissatisfaction. England in complete disarray, 24 for 4. Alex Stewart this time looking to attack. Struck Rose for 4 through the covers. Tried it again, back and across, gets a bottom edge, demolishes the ball into the stumps. 1 for Rose, he's joined the party too, and celebrates suitably. England 24 for 4.
Nick Knight comes in a lot earlier than he expected, batting at number 6. He's in 15th over. England's 4th wicket going down. Alex Stewart trying to force it, chops it onto the stumps. They're spread. England are exposed. 24 for 4.
Walia, 3 for 8. 8.2 overs. That's actually a chance. Did just carry through. Sherwin Campbell moving very swiftly and low to his left. We'll have another look at it, I'm sure, but I felt he just had a chance to get his hands underneath that.
Well, you don't see this too often. Mike Atherton looking to play it on the leg side, getting an outside edge. I think that's just bounced fractionally before it's got to Sherwin Campbell. Yeah, it was sort of ball, ground and hand all at the same time.
Well, that one is away perfectly. Was in a far better slot this time for Nick Knight. Didn't have to stretch for it. Just short and wide, and there for the taking, whatever the circumstances.
That's well played by...
Run.
That's lifted the tempo. Kings letting England off the hook here. Rose to Knight. .50's up for England. The deficit now 168. Well, there's no gully. If there had been, Knight would have been history. Instead, he's picked up another 3 runs.
I have to say, Bob, I find it a very strange field placing not to have on a wicket with variable bounce, and particularly for Nick Knight, who plays the ball in that area quite a lot. Well, they wouldn't have come much easier than that, but there's no gully. The captain watches it go by. He made the decision.
Short boundary down to the pavilion, 4-leg buys. England will welcome any small crumbs of comfort. King to Atherton. Made 19. Dragged it on. Atherton goes. Another England player drags the ball into his stumps. That may have broken the back of this England innings now. Atherton can't believe it. No luck for him. England 60 for 5 and still 158 adrift.
Well, you have to feel for Mike Atherton, he's fought it out. He's got a wide, short ball. He's gone to cut it. A shot he plays very well through that area. It is short and wide, and somehow he managed to drag it onto the stumps. He'll be desperately disappointed. And you rather feel, Bob, it's probably it for England. Despair. It's all over though. Michael Atherton's gone for 19. It's 60 for 5.
Well, what a moment for Andrew Flintoff to have to come in. His side 60 for 5. The player himself desperately trying to establish himself in this England team.
Well, Michael Atherton don't want to see this again. It's there to be hit. It's short. It's wide. He's gone for the cut. Somehow he's fetched it 2 or 3 feet, 2 feet outside the stump, onto our stump. He cannot believe it. You have to think the chance England had, however slim it was, Might just have disappeared, Bob.
14 innings now for Flintoff. Chipped over the infield on the leg side, none too convincingly, but it'll roll away for 4. Flintoff off the mark. Lovely shot through extra cover. Ambrose at mid-off didn't move.
Well, you can't fault this. And that's what he's best at. He's natural playing his own game, but his shot selection, that's been the problem in the past, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. Yep. In control. Beautiful shot.
Well, this afternoon session started 8 minutes early because the West Indies were bowled out at 8 minutes to 1. England have been reduced in 27 overs to 71 for 5.
Well, by tea time, it was already going horribly wrong. England 5 down for just 71 after 27 overs. And the West Indies had broken the back of that England batting order. So West Indies bowlers on top yet again. And that man, Courtney Walsh, is the man doing most of the damage. 3 for 10 from 10. Ambrose, 7 overs, none for 9. Unlucky in the sense he took no wickets, but really keeping the pressure on. And then a wicket apiece also for Franklin Rose and Rion King. So mountains still to climb. England 5 down and still 147 runs behind.
That's what he does best, hit down the ground. Walsh is chasing, he'll pick up 2. It's a no ball as well. He'll get 4. So 5 on the total, but 4 of those to Flintoff.
Not Courtney Walsh doing the chasing, but he got pretty close, just couldn't bend over.
Gone now. Well, kept a bit low, but I don't think Flintoff was really in any position to play the shot. Should have been forward. And the off stump has been knocked back by Rion King. Flintoff has gone again. More disappointment for him and for England.
Well, we said it was going to be a difficult pitch on which the bat, once the ball is bouncing awkwardly and the inconsistent bounce creeps in. Well, that ball didn't bounce a great deal. It was reasonably short, not very short. Came back into Flintoff. Eventually had no chance. Good pace, inconsistent bounce. It's 78 for 6.
Robert Croft is England's number 8. Test match batting average of 16. His batting has improved in recent.
18 quite interesting minutes for him. Brilliantly taken. That is a glorious catch. Wadel Hines at short leg really had to move quickly to his left. And the West Indies really are on fire. Everything is going their way. It's a great catch to support some very fine bowling.
Well, got to have a look at this again. This is tremendous. They start to go up for the appeal. So big inside edge, squeezed onto the pad, and it goes forward. Wadel Hines takes that. Stretched out, left hand. That is high quality fielding. Magnificent catch. Robert Croft has gone for 1. It's 83 for 7.
Andy Caddick is there, just about to receive his first ball in this England second innings. Let Andy Caddick know that he's on some sort of form. Here's another view of that great catch. Wavell Hines kept himself in a good position there. He's down, he comes up a wee bit, but there are springs in his heels. An instinctive catch. A very good one.
It's pure reaction, isn't it? Sixth sense, whatever you want to call it. Terrific.
That's a poor effort. Franklin Rose, the man at mid-on. Been a rare lapse, actually. In the context of the game, I don't suppose his captain will get too upset. It's a welcome relief for Andy.
Unheard of in Australia that games finish in 2 days, 2 and a bit games. It just doesn't happen.
Short leg leaping forward. He's been given out. Caddick quite rightly waiting. Hines juggling the ball, eventually clung on. David Shepherd was happy that it didn't touch the ground, so Caddick goes immediately. That Franklin Rose comes back into the attack. England right on the brink now, 94 for 8.
Hardly any appeal at all from the West Indies. Ball's banged in. Andy Caddick definitely hits it. Handle of the bat onto the thigh pad. Wavell Hines juggles the ball. He's got it there eventually. The helmet's been disturbed and David Shepherd has seen enough of that. A good decision from him. It has hit the bat. It was a juggling catch by Wavell Hines. 94 for 8.
Darren Gough is the replacement for the dismissed Andrew Caddick. There's no third man. Gough will pick up a boundary and England are into 3 figures.
Be another word too from Jimmy Adams to Franklin Rose, and not too full either. Darren Gough defiant. Manages to slice the ball away down to third man. Still big vacant areas down there as West Indies move in for these last 2 wickets. A full toss, driven away down to third man. Just an angled bat by Darren Gough.
And countering it beautifully. Seized on that very quickly indeed. Halfway down from Franklin Rose, and before Rose had completed his follow-through, it was pretty much over the boundary. Well, they're asking the question again. They're all delighted at the way Wavell Hines has taken the ball. It took a few seconds for the finger to go up from Venkatragavan. Well, whether the best bowlers or not, it certainly worked. Jimmy Adams is having a dream test match as captain, brings himself on, and 3 balls later he's removed Nick Knight. And it's another very fine catch from Wavell Hines.
Bit of glove there, no bat involved at all. The ball just brushing the top of the pad. And look at this again from Wavell Hines. Oh, finally. Finally. Bit of hand, a bit of arm. But he has held it. It's 117 for 9.
Well, 1 wicket left then between the West Indies and victory in this opening Cornhill Test of this 5-match series.
That's the end. Test match all over. Jimmy Adams drifting that through the gate. Clean bowling, Ed Giddings. And the West Indies win this first Cornhill Test by an innings and 93 runs.
So it was all over after 58 overs batting, bowled out for 125 in their second innings, with resistance coming from Atherton at the top there. Hung around for a long time for his 19, so it seemed. Nick Knight, top scorer again in this match with 34. But basically a very disappointing England batting performance. No problems for the West Indies bowlers, they were rampant. Curtly Ambrose, 14 overs, none for 16, tight and keeping the pressure on. Courtney Walsh, 3 for 22, 8 wickets in the match. Franklin Rose, 2 for 43. Rion King settled down nicely this afternoon, picked up 3 wickets for 28. And Jimmy Adams, as you might expect, the way the script's been going, just finished it off. 2 for 5 in 3 overs. And he, of course, the victorious captain, with West Indies winning by an innings and 93. Well, the perfect start to the series for them. They came here not being quite sure what they're going to expect.
Courtney, very well done, man of the match. How do you rate that as performance through your career?
Well, I mean, it's the first man of the match I've had in England in all the tours I've been here, so I'm very pleased about that. And I'm just happy that it paid off for the team that we won the first test. We came here as underdogs and to start the first test with a victory. So comprehensively, I'm very